Carl here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Life, gbhbl.com for short, and it's album review time. Checking out the new one from the uncompromising sludge juggernaut Armed for Apocalypse. Their third album, Ritual Violence, is set for release on the 7th of October 2022 via Candlelight Records. Now this is a hotly anticipated record. Ritual Violence, it is here, and good God, it is a banger. Armed for Apocalypse pulling out all the stops and dropping a tectonic plate of sludgy heaviness on our heads. From track 1 to track 11, the four-piece show just how much they've grown over the past few years, deliver what is, I think, their most focused, most intense and most pleasing work to date. It's a furious start with Under My Shame, which gets the blood boiling in the veins, but it is with the following track, Frail, that Armed for Apocalypse really open up. Pure and unrelenting carnage that transforms into a chunky sludge monstrosity. The riffs are thick as poisonous smog, the percussion capable of breaking bones, and the vocals, oof, the vocals, it's the sound of an armada of demonic beings marching on humanity. Putting it simply, no one should be able to make music this goddamn heavy. There's little room to breathe as the bilious and choking sound of Full of Phlegm rings out, and Hourglass makes a racket on par with the inevitable destruction of civilization. Armed for Apocalypse proving that the trade-off of rhythmic structure and savage heaviness doesn't have to be a foregone conclusion. You can work both perfectly. Although there is also no argument that Lifeless is about as making as much noise as quickly and as fast as possible. Bringing a bevy of riffs powerful enough to leave a person feeling dazed. Live Through the Storm is one of the more exciting tracks on the album. The sounds that Armed for Apocalypse are able to tease out of their instruments is so impressive, whereas Foredoomed is almost naughty in regards to how it encourages their head to start banging. Be careful of this one. It's a track liable to give you some whiplash. Likely to be a favourite for many, the little touches of melody and filthy sounding rumble of bass in Thieves of Existence then freshens things up a little bit. You know, the unrelenting heaviness can sometimes get to you, even though it's super exciting on his album. Before Armed for Apocalypse put the boot in and grind down hard with that heel would suffer for a living. Enjoy the speed and savagery of Flesh and Blood, as the finale of Eternal Broken is a slow suffering as only Armed for Apocalypse are capable of actually doing. It's an enormous undertaking that sees the group take a measured approach to delivering their brand of remorseless heaviness. Quite a difference between tracks here. Delivering peaks and valleys throughout, each as impressive as the other, but disrupting the flow and creating a unique environment in the mind. The finale is one of the more challenging and progressive tracks on the album, and I think a really strong showcase of the band's talents, moving, you know, away from that whole, oh, it's just heavy, it's sludgy, it's dirty, and it's intense, and you get something like this that makes you go, wow. There's a lot more to this band just off that one specific track, but that applies to the whole album overall. In fact, it's a bit of a given just how strong this band's talent is when you consider just how great the album is overall. It is a very strong release, arguably the best work to date. It is one I think you got to check out, particularly if you're a fan of really unrelenting heavy music. It's not too long to wait. Ritual Violence, October 7th, 2022 via Candlelight Records. Check it out. Come back and let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?